but he's higher. He's higher than anyone in this world. He's Afzul al-Bashar, the highest one. And he's, is highest. No one can like him. Yes, he's like us in species, but that he's protected by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and is higher. I'll come to that, Nur and Bashar, another time. So Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam walked through it. So he went, met the Jews. The Jews, he was over 50 when he reached there, and then when he reached there, he had these Jews in direct contact with them. And they were like from the Yaqub al-Islam, they had traditions, they had madarsas, they had, nabis among them. And they said, you guy, Prophet ﷺ was around 50, and he said, you come here, and they were about 90 and 70, and you telling us what is this, and you coming out from the desert? Astaghfirullah. You see, they had hatred with him. So they tried everything. The man tried, human beings tried everything. So Allah challenges them that you bring something even if you get together. So in Medina, the jinns got together. You see, this is the magic you need to understand in a different view. This is not, what the people are telling you or you heard before. This is something new discoveries, inshallah. I always give you to make you understand. So when Prophet Muhammad ﷺ came to Medina, the Jews were already against him. So they said, okay, the men and the jinn combined. You see, the magic that is the one that I'm talking about is many times. This is the magic that when you have the aid of the jinn, the disbelieving jinn or the devil. This is called magic. When you have the help of a jinn, an external force, and you try to harm someone. So man and jinn combined together. So then Labid ibn Asim was a Jew. He done a magic on the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you see. And this is what happened. So what happened was that they put the magic in the well. And, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was bewitched. It wasn't, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they wanted to kill the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, astaghfirullah, you see. They didn't want to harm him. They wanted to kill him. But you see, they couldn't kill him. Allah says that even all mankind and jinn kind together, they cannot produce the Quran like it. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's messenger was Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you see. So how could Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to be harmed? So they combined together, the jinns and the shayateens and the magicians. They combined together, the kuffars. So they done a magic on Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So then Allah relieved him, and then the magic was... It's a long story. I'll just tell you that this is the case that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to prove to you that no jinn kind, no mankind, even jinn and man combined together cannot harm anyone. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was saved. And Aisha Siddiqa radiallahu ta'ala saying in Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, and that, oh Ya Rasulullah, why don't you, tell the people? He said, no, I'm well, and I don't want to cause fitna, subhanallah, because, it's been proven that nobody can harm him, alhamdulillah. So he enclosed the well. So what happened was that in this case, these Maulvis, Amals, Peas, I don't know who says, they always say that the magic was done on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, isn't it? No, it wasn't done for their money. It was done that there was a Jewish a boy or a girl in Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam as a servant. So he took the hair of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and gave it to Labid ibn Asim. So the Jews said, you do magic to harm or kill him, astaghfirullah. And then he did a magic, and he tied the knots, 11 knots, on some sort of a doll, and put, a male palm tree, some grains, and, read, these satanic things, and then they buried in the well, you see. And the well is another thing I will tell you in a minute. So this is how many types of magic are. So what happened was that they put it in the well. So the Prophet ﷺ had no physical, had no effect on it. But what is that he used to forget. Because they done a magic to kill him, you see, astaghfirullah. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved him, and so he used to forget whether I did something. Normal positions, people when they're okay doing anything, but they think, oh, whether I close the door or not. You go back 7 times. I do many times. Did I close the door? I sit in the car, I've closed the door, I go back and check it. I forget the phone, if I put it in the pocket. So this is a normal thing. So this is what happened for a few days or a month, 30 days. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a dream, the 2 angels came and said that this person is magic. And then Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that was buried in a well near Medina, Darwan it was called. And then the Prophet ﷺ called the companions, Azdali Karamallah Wajhu, they went to the well, they took out, there were 11 nuts and 11, and this Gudda, this Gudda, this always come up in magic and photos and these beads and all that, that they put suya in there. And this suya was in there, and then it was done in the well. And then the Prophet ﷺ told Aisha Siddiqa radiallahu ta'ala anha that they were like a red, water had turned red, and their heads were like devil, and then they buried it. They wanted to kill the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so he was saved. You see, so the Jews, just to add this, the Jews never stepped there. They wanted to poison, kill the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In one of the hadiths in say Bukhari, say Muslim, when they invited him for a dinner. That's why you always be careful who you eat and what you eat, because they invited him for dinner and they put poison into the food. And when was Prophet ﷺ used to, this is a new discovery, I tell you and always give you discoveries, probably no Maulvi would have told you this. So went into, the Jews invited the Prophet ﷺ to eat. So when he was about to eat, so he touched, the meat, the boti. And as he touched it, the boti spoke, "Oh, Ya Rasulullah, I've got poison in it." So Prophet ﷺ throw it. So this is a miracle, this is a miracle. You understand? This is a miracle. This is a miracle. How can a boti or a meat speak? So the Prophet threw it, and then some of the Sahabas died, and then during the time, last few days of the Prophet before his death, he said, Bukhari, say Muslim, Allah's Rasul said that curse on the Jews who gave me poison, which means that it still had effect on his body, you see. So it can affect people. Allah has given permission to do it. So this is another thing I told you. So they always try to kill us. So this is to complete the magic, the man, the jinns, and the physical thing of man from Mecca, that no one can harm the Prophet ﷺ. And this is how people have used this as an excuse to scare people and to tell them, well, people think that if the Prophet ﷺ has done magic, who am I? So this is how they fool the public. And like I said to you, this is a magic. So magic is you see, of 4 types. The magic is like, it's connected to the 4 types. So, they use the 4 things, like the earth, the wind, the fire, the earth, the water. You see, the earth means like earth, or the sand, the wind, the fire, and water. So the Prophet ﷺ, and whenever you go to a peer or a amal or siana, you always go and they ask you, what's your mother's name? You see, this is the one, whoever asks you what's your mother's name, he's a magician. वो जादूगर है. जो भी ये पूछता है ना कि आपकी अम्मी वालदा का क्या नाम है, अपना नाम बताएं और अपनी वालदा का नाम बताएं, that means कि वो जादूगर है. वो होली नहीं है, वो जादूगर है. This is a clear example I give you. Whoever asks you कि आपकी अम्मी का नाम क्या है और आपका नाम क्या है, that's जादूगर. He cannot, because the jinns, the disbelieving jinns and shayateens, they think that they don't believe in any religion. Yes? And they think that whoever is born, that you go, and you are an illegitimate child. You are, born of a zina, astaghfirullah, a Rami child. Because you don't know who your father is. That's why they ask. So जो ये पूछते हैं, those are the ones who are magicians. पीर हो, आमिल हो, कोई हो. Miles away, these are the magics, and they have jinns with them. This kafir jinn उनके पास होते हैं. Because they don't believe in religion, anything, and they do kufr. And once you do, because the magician जिसके पास आप गए, वो kafir है. And if you go there, you become a kafir. The Prophet ﷺ said that whoever goes in Sahih Bukhari, in others, Musnad Ahmad, that whoever goes to a magician to ask him about something, he has disbelieved what Allah has sent on me to the Muhammad ﷺ. And whoever goes to a magician who does not believe what he says, just imagine that 2 things. Does not believe what he says, then his namaz is not accepted 40 days. Doesn't mean that he shouldn't pray, but he should pray. But it will not be accepted for 40 days. You see, this is so hard that you should never go horoscopes, astrology, all that. I have knowledge of hand reading, but I don't use it because this is a test. It's a knowledge, but I don't use it. Palmistry and all that. People use, lie. It's a knowledge, I always say when I was in Lahore, I used to have fees, a cup of tea and food and other things. But as I used to tell them that I don't know much, but I can tell you from knowledge. So this is how this all is haram. And you should not go to anyone, never show to your hand to anyone, your stars or date of birth to anyone, especially those youngsters and young girls and young teenagers. The girls are more mainly affected.